Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Superior Livestock Representative Doug Hinmin. Doug, I want to thank you for being on this morning. I know you've been really busy this week. We were just talking about how you've kind of had cattle scattered throughout the auction this whole week while you've been selling for your customers. So let's go right into it. Let's talk about you being a Superior Livestock rep, how long you've been a rep for, and your continued, success, especially for your customers throughout the years selling with Superior.
Well, I started back in 1989, back in the early days, and still have a lot of customers that I've had for years that keep coming back, so obviously they're satisfied. And it's just been a great ride. We're always working to try to improve on our genetics and our customer base and buyers base as time goes on.
That's one thing I think since being with, Superior Livestock since 1989, you've obviously been in the cattle business for quite some time. But what are the changes and the transformations you've seen within your customers' cattle over the years?
Well, I've seen a lot of cattle that when I first started a lot of people were using 3 or 4 different breeds of bulls and doing a lot of experimenting. And most everybody now has found out what they want to raise, and they're using top genetics and a lot of black cattle, but there's good red cattle and Charolais cross also.
What are some of the genetics and programs that your customers do use on their cattle?
Well, they're all in the VAC programs, and I do have a few that are NHTC, but and a very few all-natural cattle, not very many of those. But
being a rep and rolling out all these VAC programs, have you seen a difference that it makes when it comes time for your customers to sell their cattle?
Oh yeah, it makes a big difference. Years ago I had only probably half of my customers that were vaccinating their calves, and that's just changed big time.
Well, talk about the cattle that you've kind of had on this week for your customers.
Well, I had a set of A-eyed heifers on the sale, the bred stock section the other day that sold real well, and have some nice wean calves today and some balling calves also out of Nebraska.
Has technology played an important role? And over the years, like I said, you've been with Superior since 1989. I don't want to tell you, but that is the year I was born. So I know technology has really transformed kind of the cattle business in general, but specifically really Superior Livestock.
Yes, it really has. And without my wife being there with me to do a lot of that technology stuff, I guess it probably wouldn't get done. But
is there one thing that you've taken away from the years that the relationships you've built with your customers?
Well, you just get to trust people, and just, you deal with salt of the earth people, and it's just been great. One other thing I'd like to do is say a thank you to Charlie and Ralph and Trent, our great auctioneers, and all the people behind the scenes that work so hard to make this company work.
Well, you're exactly right. I want to thank you for being on this morning, and when we come back, another Superior Livestock representative. Don't go anywhere.